option trading. One of the most wonderful and deadliest type of weapon used in the market, makes many miracle stories like Wall Street bets seem really easy to make millions in the market. For the past few months, what I've been doing is I have been option trading in the market with $10,000. My actual goal with this $10,000 is to grow it to $100,000. I thought of starting now because when there's trends in the market, in my opinion, that is actually one of the best times to get in, because flow of money is just bound to go to a certain sector and just grow at a certain point. Nvidia, for example, grew over 203% just in the last year. This is the reason why I thought about option trading, because although these markets are at its highest point, fastest way one can make money throughout these markets is option trading. For this experiment, what I'm going to use is the app called Robinhood, because Robinhood is one of the most easiest app to use and is just one of the most used apps in the market right now, especially when somebody's starting off in the market. So I use the most simplest things so I can show you guys the most simplest results. And as you guys can see, this is my account at the moment. So let me tell you guys what has happened in the last 3 months. I started off my account with $9,400. The account wasn't really at $10,000. Hit it to a $10,000. It was my first time option trading, so I just didn't want to go all in. I was just really looking into the market. The hottest thing at the moment at that time was Nvidia. So what I did was, for my first option trade, I chose Nvidia options, and I didn't start option trading until I saw a great downfall, because my strategy is buy low, sell highs. What I ended up doing was, around August 7, I just bought around half of my $10,000 in Nvidia, and around $2,000 I just invested in an option. So because it was my first time, I didn't really want to put that much money in. Although $2,000 is a lot of money, I would be risking 20% of my portfolio into this stock, and it was one of the hottest stocks talked in the market. So for that, I just had to go with Nvidia. And as you guys can see, in the beginning, I made a great return in Nvidia, going from $98 to $130 in just a few weeks. That was my first gain in this whole market. For that first option trade from $2,000, I made a total of $12,412 just in the span of 2 weeks. And I kept my contract for a few more days until August 30th. As you guys can see, Nvidia went from a total of $130 to $102. I saw a crazy downfall of $12,412 to a total of $8,200. Like I said, it was my first time option trading. I had an idea of how to do it, but I just did not know how exactly contracts work. So because of that, I made huge gains, but at the same time, I made huge losses. As time passed by, I just did my own research. I did what I had to do. I learned more about the Greeks. If you guys don't know what the Greeks are, I highly recommend you guys learn about Greeks. Throughout this time period, I was only invested in 2 companies, JPQ and Nvidia, because if anything happened, I would have that for a safe route. But as you guys can see, this whole time just demolished me throughout September. From this point, what I thought about doing is, my contract was about to expire, so that was the other reason why I saw more losses than gains. And the best option, what I had to do was get out of this contract and just try to go with a new contract at the end of the day. Even though I kept holding throughout this time, I still saw growth, but the thing about this was, I did not see a great amount of growth that I expected from the beginning, because my contract was about to expire and I moved from 8,300 to 9,400. What I learned was, I've been choosing my options at a way too high number, but at a lower time period. And slowly but surely, it had its downfall in the beginning. And between October 2nd to October 22nd, I grew a total to $10,000. But at the end of the day, although I made a great amount of gains, I was still mad that I lost this type of money. So my objective was to grow to this amount of money from this point on. And there was a small reverse in Nvidia. So from $10,000, I moved back to $9,300. And honestly, at this point, I felt frustrated. But what I didn't see is the fact that I gained so much money in a short amount of time. So I thought of going back in, and what I did was thought of taking a small chance, Palantir and Robinhood. And the reason why I chose option trades in these companies was because of the fact that AI is going on. Palantir is used throughout the military. At the same time, I saw an opportunity in Robinhood, where Robinhood has been seeing great amounts of products such as the Robinhood credit card. And because of this, Robinhood is slowly starting to diversify their financial products. But on top of all this, is just one of those few companies and has been slowly seeing great steady growth at the end of the day. And these 2 options took me from a total of $9,300 to $10,700. $100. That's when my first option trades were finally starting to see a bigger returns. I was not done with that yet, so I thought about using this money and just starting implementing it in other bigger stocks. When something grows really high, really quickly, you're really supposed to be scared on that point, because as quick as it grows, it can quickly come down at the same time. From that point on, I just learned not to be greedy with my money, and I just came out of that contract being positive around $11,000. I just knew that the bull run was not over yet. From this point on, I chose another type of stock that I was bound to see high amounts of growth, and the next big stock that was just seeing crazy amounts of growth throughout this time period is Tesla. And throughout Tesla, I just knew it was high volume, high reward. What I had to do from this point on was the way that Tesla was moving the money, and I put around $4,200 in a Tesla call. It moved from $10,000 to a total of $13,000 in just on December 5th. And that was where I finally beat my high score of $12,400 to $13,300. I came out that same day because that same day I made a 20%. And if you guys know, my objective is buy low, sell high. And if I see a 20% return in my option trades, I'm satisfied with that. And because of the fact that we're in a bull run, we're seeing high volume stocks just being pushed to the limits, I just knew these type of activities was just bound to see a reversal at any time, any moment. From this point on, around December, I just knew would be one of the most hardest time periods. From December, I just started buying contracts, but what I did was just buy contracts in an easy type of movement where I saw small dips in the market. I just started getting into that, and then later I saw 20%, I just got out. So from these $12,000 to my highest peak, $13,992 in December 11th. And from this point on, from December 11th till now, which is December 19, I have been doing terrible trades. The market hasn't been seeing great returns because the economy, it moved all of the stocks to a bear mode. In my opinion, this is just a small reversal that we are going to start. And from this point on, I had a lot of contracts ready from December 17 to now. I lost a good amount of money, but from that point on, I just knew that I am not going to risk right now with John Powell. So I came out of that contract. I'm just going to hold my capital because I still see great potentials in Robinhood. I still see more momentum in Robinhood because it's one of the highest stock market used apps in the app store. So what I'm going to do with all this money that I do have left over with $3,000 in liquid, buy the dip in Nvidia because I still see great growth in Nvidia. And that is when I'm going to buy because, like I said, my strategy is buy low, sell high with these big companies. What I'm invested in so far is Robinhood, in Nvidia, and GPQ. I'm just holding it for stock value. Anything does happen, I'm just going to get my dividends paid at the end of the day. That's just that. This is my realized profits and loss. In the past year to date, I made $3,163 in the past year. At the end of the day, my objective for this account is to grow it to $100,000, and I'm gonna see how far I can get throughout this time. If you're interested in seeing that, I will upload every monthly so you guys can see my results, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Your guys are about to see either an account go to 100K or it could just go to zero. Like I said, subscribe, and if you're interested in opening your account, remember to use the link down below. At the end of the day, these are just my trades. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy in the internet just making these type of videos because it's fun. 2025, I believe, is gonna be one of the best times where the market is gonna go like crazy. If you guys are down to see that, hit that like button for the algorithm. I'll catch you guys another time. That being said, remember to take care, be safe. We are out.